Okay, I got my iPad here, which means it's story time. I'm reading something here from the Facebook page of Tao Lore. Tao Lore, Lore. He's got a YouTube channel by the same name. Really cool guy, makes videos in regards to breatharianism. So I'm gonna read this one. Microbes are intelligent. Ultimately, all parasites within are self-created. Parasites are mimics in your body. They're more intelligent than your idea of yourself. They drive you to eat things and be around certain people and places. They want your energy for generations. They want hosts forever. They will drive you to eat a certain way to maintain a vibration low enough for you to connect with people in that vibrational field, other parasites, so they can leap from you to your children. Microbes farm the humans farm plants and animals, and equilibrium crumbles to where humans see separation from one another, plants, animals, etc. So what farms the microbes? Or are they just sentinels controlling power that we've elevated ourselves from having the responsibility of controlling? So let me go back again here. Microbes farm the humans. The humans farm plants and animals, and equilibrium crumbles to where humans see separation from one another, plants, animals, etc. So what farms the microbes? That's a good question. What farms the microbes? Or are they just sentinels controlling power that we've alleviated ourselves from having the responsibility of controlling? So, you could say, you could look around you and see the world, and you could make the argument that parasites, microbes, little things, little organisms that we can't see with our naked eyes, control the world. Because if you zoom out of the planet and you look at what's happening, you ask yourself a question: what is happening on the planet? You will see that the planet is a massive farm. It is a farm. That's what the planet has come down to. It is a farm. It's the human farm. It's the human farm. We look at it as, this is our farm here. So, I guess we are addicted to the taste of certain foods. So we're just gonna take this land and we're gonna farm it so that us humans can partake in the experience of gratifying our taste buds. So here we have animals, so let's farm these animals so we can eat them later on, so that they can also give us their foods, because somehow we molested our taste buds and we dressed up the foods, with salt and spices. I mean, really, like, you try and eat meat without spices and salt, most people wouldn't want to, because it doesn't taste very pleasant. But we mask it with spices and salts and all that. So let's farm these animals. Let's feed them grains. Let's feed them this so we could slaughter them later on and eat them. And let's also turn all this land into rice fields and all kinds of different plants, so that we could essentially satisfy our taste buds. It isn't for need, really. We've already gotten over that. Humans do not need food, but even if we do, we need very little of it. So most people aren't eating out of hunger. We're eating out of entertainment and boredom and anxiety and emotions, etc. We've gone over this in previous videos. Now, again, let's go back a little bit. Let's back up a little bit here. If we are the hosts of these microbes, if we are the hosts of these parasites, then you could look at most human beings and you could look at their behavior, and as complex as a human is, they may very well be driven by parasites. So you may look at somebody not necessarily a friend, but somebody a friend of a friend, and a friend of a friend acts in a certain way that is not comprehensible to you, it's not understandable. Why is this person acting this way? Could it be that their body, they're host to certain microbes, certain parasites, and they've been completely hijacked by these parasites, by these microbes? It's totally plausible. Now let's take a look at human behavior. Human behavior baffles me. It absolutely baffles me. And I think you guys, a lot of you guys can relate also. Like, isn't it baffling the way humans treat one another? Why is there so many wars? Why are humans mean to one another? Why are they mean to animals? The vast majority of humans consume animals, by the way. Vast majority of humans, they eat animals. They don't seem to have a problem slaughtering them. They don't seem to have too much of a problem being wasteful on the planet. I mean, human behavior is bizarre. Is it possible that the reason why it's bizarre is because most humans have been completely hijacked by parasites, by microbes? And I'm leaning towards yes. I think most human beings have been completely hijacked by microbes, by parasites. And the reason why they act the way they act is because they're hijacked. They're hijacked. So, Tao Lore here asks a very reasonable question. So, microbes farm the humans farm plants and animals, and equilibrium crumbles to where humans see separation from one another, plants, animals, etc., hence acting the way they act, which is again baffling. What farms the microbes? Haha, what farms the microbes? What farms these parasites? That's a very good question, isn't it? That's a very good question. Now, I have my own theories on it. I do definitely think that the entire world is actually run by parasites. I definitely see it now. I see it. I mean, food is the most overused, overabused drug. Who's asking? Who's craving? When you say, I'm craving an ice cream today, or I'm craving this food, or my body, I love this, my body, man, I was an ex-vegan, but now I'm feeling weak, and my body, I gotta listen to my body, man. I gotta listen to my body. My body is asking for meat, and as soon as I ate meat, I felt so good. Who's asking for these foods? Who's craving these foods? It's the goddamn parasites. It's the microbes. It's not you. Who are you in all of this? You're the awareness. You're the peaceful, eternal, non-needing, non-attaching, non-desiring awareness beneath it. You're not the parasite craving that food. So it's the same thing for all foods. Oh, today man, I'm eating raw. I'm fruitarian, man. I'm so healthy. Today I'm gonna have like my first meal, 8 bananas, and then for lunch I'm going to have like 15 apples. And then for dinner I'm gonna treat myself to some avocados and coconuts. Because you eat the dense foods later on. Fruits, raw fruitarian. I'm raw fruitarian, man. But you're eating all day. It's different parasites have to break down the foods. Okay, sure. They're superior foods, superior drugs, but still they have to be broken. All that fiber has to be broken down by microbes, by parasites. All the sugar that you're eating from fruits, still. Anything in excess has to be broken down and consumed by parasites. Now you may say, well, some parasites are useful, We have a symbiotic relationship with parasites. And so certain parasites, they have necessary functions in the body. Well, clearly then you haven't fully digested, excuse the pun, the capacity of the intestines when they're empty. And these parasites, these microbes, the good ones, let's say, right? They serve an entirely different function when the intestines are empty. But again, that's not for this video right now. Let's kind of stay more on the main subject. So, what farms the microbes? My theory is that those who are farming the microbes, now you may say, well, okay, maybe it is the elites, right? They're poisoning us with these vaccines and with all these foods and the chemicals they're putting in. Okay, my answer to this, my theory, my opinion, who farms the microbes, is it is okay. The simple answer is the reptilians. Okay, the reptilians are these negative entities, fourth dimensional, uh, fourth density aliens, extraterrestrials, beings that have interfered in the affairs of this planet and have turned it into the shithole that it is in at the moment. And they do it through their elites. The elite, you can think of the elites as third density negative entities, negative beings, being controlled by fourth density negative entities, which you could refer to as the reptilians, or you could just call them negative fourth density beings. And the way they control the mass of humanity is, again, it's a chemical warfare that's going on, really. It's a chemical warfare. So they control the mass of humanities via chemicals, and so they introduce these microbes whose job is to ask you for foods that are harmful to you but is their favorite, so that they could be fruitful or multiply. It's really quite tragic and comical at the same time. People identify themselves. Oh, I'm the type. I really like ice cream. I love ice cream. You know, I got a thing for ice cream, and you identify with your craving. That's how smart. Again, what's to say here? They're so smart, these microbes. Microbes are intelligent. All parasites within are self-created. Parasites are mimics in your body. They're more intelligent than your idea of yourself, because your idea of yourself is what? Your idea of yourself is, man, I'm the type of gal that just, yeah, ice cream. I love ice cream, I guess I'm just an ice cream girl. Well, that's your idea of yourself, but microbes, parasites are smarter, as our friend Taylor here points out. They're smarter, they're more intelligent than your idea of yourself. So your idea of yourself, I'm the type of gal that I love my Starbucks with some brownies. Oh my god, in the morning. Oh my god. Hey, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me before I've had my latte and my brownie. That's your idea of yourself. But who do you think is giving you these thoughts? Who do you think is giving you these ideas? Who do you think is talking through you? Do you think you own this? No, you're being owned by these microbes. They're controlling you. They're talking to you telepathically. They're within you. They know you. They're intelligent. In my opinion, they've been farmed. They're farming us humans, and we're farming the planet. But my opinion is that they've been farmed by these intelligent fourth density negative beings, whose job is to keep things, who basically feed off negativity. So no, you're not the type of gal that loves her latte and her brownie in the morning. Hashtag brownie, hashtag Starbucks. No. You're the type of gal that is being farmed by a microbe, by a parasite, who's being farmed and controlled by an entity you can't even see with your eyes, that is not even in this density, really. It's a fourth density entities. Okay, so yeah, people think I am this and I am that, and they identify with all these identities. I recently met someone who told me that they wish they had more money, so that they could spend more on eating, and they were quickly to identify themselves as a foodie. Said, that person said to me, I'm a foodie, so I'm trying to make more money so that I could spend more on food. Look, this is no judgment. I don't care. I don't care how you harm yourself. I don't care what drug you indulge in. This is a free will zone. planet Earth is a free will zone. Everybody can do whatever they want. It's not my business. It is not my job nor my business to interfere with the free will of another being. However you want to harm yourself, whatever drug you want to use, I really, really genuinely don't care. You're me in another body and it's your experience. So you get to choose it however you want. I gotta respect that. I'm just pointing out the absurdity. That's all I'm doing in this video. Okay, I'm just pointing out the absurd because that seems to be my job as of late. It's just to look, observe this and just be like, hey guys, like that's kind of absurd, isn't it? Like that's kind of hilarious, isn't it? And that person said they're a foodie. They refer to themselves as a foodie. I'm a foodie. And that person was very clear about that identity. They seemed pretty firm into it, and I just had to respect that, you know, because they seemed very, very, very certain of their identity as a foodie, right? But that's really, I mean, what's going on. I mean, look, we're just pointing out what it is. What's going on is the parasites are telling you you're a foodie because they're more intelligent than your idea of yourself. As Taulor here pointed out, right? I mean, they're really more intelligent because a lot of your idea of yourself is actually generated by microbes, by parasites. This is a lot like The Matrix. It's a lot like the movie The Matrix, where oh my bad. Oh, there's a cat here, and oh, you're okay? Yeah, she's okay. Yeah, I put my feet on this chair. Turns out there's a cat. Forgot there's a cat there. So. Parasites, microbes, how much of your thoughts are run by them? How much of your identity is run by them? Ask yourself this question, because you're a multi-layered organism. You know, it's not just you. You know, you have more bacteria cells inside of you than human cells. So that should point to something there. You know, you've got more bacteria cells inside. So maybe follow Ramana Maharshi's Who Am I inquiry and ask yourself, when you have a craving, who's craving this? You know, you get a thought, oh, I want an ice cream. Well, just ask yourself, who wants an ice cream? Who am I? Who wants an ice cream? Is it me that wants the ice cream, or is it something else? And another entity inside? And it is another entity inside. That's almost always, actually. It's another entity. It's a parasite. And when you do fulfill that desire, oh, yeah, ice cream, oh, yummy, yummy, yummy. You've been now you're in a completely hijacked state. So that, oh yeah, this is so good. I love this. Oh my God. You're in a trance. You're hypnotized. And you know when you come out of that hypnosis, when you're like, oh shit, I think I made a mistake here. And you start to feel it, you feel gassy and bloaty, and you're farting, you're like, oh shit. Because now that's the real you coming and saying, what am I doing here? Yeah, you were in trance, and so you now you're like, oh, what did I do? Oh man, that wasn't a good idea, was it? And then you ask yourself, well, why did I do it? And then you keep doing it again and again, because these microbes are so smart, so intelligent. So intelligent, you have no idea how intelligent they are. They're incredibly intelligent. So yeah, I want to give a shout out to Taulor. I'm a big fan of his work. Go check him out on YouTube. Taulor, Taolore. Go check him out on YouTube. Watch some of his videos. He makes a lot of videos on breatharianism, and he loves talking about parasites and microbes, and he's big on breath work as well. So yeah. Who is it that's craving? Is it me or something else? And it is something else. Who is it that's leading me to act this way? And it is often something else. And that all explains the bizarre nature. I mean, humans are robots for the most part. Mostly. I mean, this is the Matrix. Okay, so. And that's how people meet, by the way. You know, you're like, oh, man, you know, everybody's getting laid in university, and I feel like shit, I'm not getting laid. It's like, it's the parasites that are getting laid. You know, they attract one another. So in a way, if you're living a relatively healthy life, and that's in a way alienating you from the rest of your peers in college or whatever, you know, be be grateful. I mean, just say thank you, because I guess you don't have as many microbes, so they're not playing their politics to the degree that they would if you had a shit ton of them. Because then if you had a shit ton of them, you'd probably be banging everything that walks. Because most people are parasitic, and if you have a lot of parasites and microbes, then you're probably gonna wanna be fruitful and multiply and bang everything that walks, and be around as many people, because as most people have a shit ton of parasites as well. So be grateful, actually. And I want to thank all the Patreons for your consistent support, and continued. I mean, some of you guys been over a year. Thank you very much. I love you guys. And if you want to support and you get a couple of bucks a month to spare, you could do so in the description. And you could also make one-time donations on PayPal. That's appreciated. And I'll see you guys in the next video.